Anthony, it's great to have you with me today. I just gotta say, we just had a quick little laugh there. That's why I'm like in, this happy mood at the moment. But I got to meet you through Gordon Burdecki, and he had a group for Lawyers Be Fit with some men involved, and so that's how you and I got connected. And and I share that because I think it's always great for us to remember how we connected, and see where it goes from there. So you and I got to talk for a little bit, and I know you have a journey of your own that you would like to share, with the guests. I'm sorry, with the listeners. And we'll just start off with like, who are you? What are you passionate about today? And, then we'll dive into like how you got to where you are today.
I was doing great. Today has been somewhat of a pretty good day. But I'm mostly all about motivating and inspire people through my own experiences, things I went through my own life, things I became that are very unique and not a lot of people go through and deal with. So I'm all about inspiring men, veterans, the world, and what we want to on this.
Okay. And so what led you to like wanting to inspire people?
Actually, my own death and trauma that I had went through. And then one day out the blue, I just got like hit with the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, all the spiritual awakening, spiritual moment. And then after that, it was like a light bulb went off. So then that's what I feel. That's what I'm hearing. All I should do. And then things just started back then, and things became more clear. I got clarity, and then at that particular time, I was not knowing, being pushed in this direction. And once I realized that I've been being prepared for it and going through it, then that's just how it came about. Just be spinning my lip like the Lord said, here you go.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. Now you got me curious, right? So I'm curious on both ends here. So what led you up to that moment? What happened prior to that moment then? What was life like?
Um, like right when it happened and right before I was going through the thing, I was homeless, um, sleeping on my dad's couch, leather couch at that. Um, still going through custody issues with the mother of my two kids, my own medical, mental issues that I have. You can't see them outside; they're all on the inside. So I deal with those every day, all day. Dying, I died a few times, came back. Mental brain issues I have, and life experiences, things I've saw, people I talk to, like you should speak about it, write a book about it, and having my mom and dad both verify things that happen and other things that have been told other people, like I don't have any choice. Or don't have no choice.
Yeah.
And
So
then,
go ahead.
and then like, the way my life went, how this came about, the people that was involved in me and you meeting, it I cannot not see it. It's there. It's there.
So you said you mentioned you died a few times. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so the first time I died was before I was born. So my mother was having a C-section, and she was told not to have kids for her own health and her own life. But she ended up getting pregnant 3 times before me, and then I came along. And then during the C-section, she had woke up during the C-section, so the shock and everything from that, and then she had real bad asthma, so she ended up dying, and I was still and she was cut open, and woke up shocked. She died, and I died, and then the doctor brought her back, and I just came back on my own. And later on in life as an adult, last last year, during my awakening spiritual moment, I remembered my own birth. And I went to purgatory during my birth. All I could hear was distant screaming and yelling and stuff like that. And I just saw darkness. It was just dark. And kind of find out the night of my 40th birthday, I asked my mom about it, and she verified that happened. And she wrote down for me to put in my book that, that actually happened. And the screaming that I heard, she said the screaming I heard was more than likely either was purgatory, she's spiritual. So she thinks either was that or it was the screaming from her, the doctor, and my dad who was outside the room. Because he couldn't get in the room because of the type of work it was. So they would let him in. So it was just C-section. So he was allowed in the room. And he was trying to get in because he heard her screaming and stuff like that. And I asked my dad, he's like, yeah, from what he remembered at that time, he was trying to get in and he could hear it. And so it was like, that's what you heard. And then another time I died, the second 2 times I died, they were actually around the same time as each other. Maybe like a year or so apart, I think. So I remember another time was I was doing a movie. I was doing a background in movie set back home in New Orleans, and I was on set. I forget the name of the movie. I want to say The Bottom was the last. It was one of the last ones I did. Maybe it was that. I don't remember. But I was on set, and I was on a video call with my sister and our friend. And they told me that in the middle of me talking, speaking, I just passed out. And when I woke up, I was going to find out I was a John Doe for like a day or so, like a day and a half, a day or so. I just woke up and I just started talking, telling the doctor who I was and stuff like that. But when I came in, I wasn't breathing, I wasn't moving, I was unconscious. I had a small pulse. And so they knew I wasn't dead because I had a little bit of pulse. But in between that time, I died. And I just, I had a pain body, did whatever he did. I had a little pulse. So, I came back. But then, and I don't remember, I really don't know off of what I was told. And then I remember waking up in the hospital. And then one day, on a random day, I went to the VA for a VA appointment. And kind of coincidentally, again, another sign, coincidentally, for random, the doctor that came in for my appointment was the doctor that was at the emergency room when I came in when I died. And he recognized who I was. And he told me how I came in, I was responsive and this and that. That's how I was like, see, that's some more proof. And then another time was I was going to the VA to see my neurologist. And then the stairs I lived on were concrete and metal. And one of my conditions is my equilibrium is off and I get dizzy and stuff like that. And that's what happened. I ended up falling down head first, down the stairs. And I already have a TBI with surgery and stuff, brain surgery and stuff like that. I already have that. So I went down head first. And I'm going in, coming out, going in, coming out, going in, coming out. And I remember in between one of them times that I had went out, went out, like I was done. And then that's another time I went to hell. And that was the second time I went. And then I came to in between falling down and all of that. I came to, and every time I went out, I was going back and forth between here and hell. I was going back, but it was the exact same spot, exact same thing. It was like the conversation would never stop. It kept going. and it came to, and then I'm here. But both times I went, it was one time it was a demon, a shadowy figure with red fiery eyes, and I'm standing over like a cliff, like in a cave or a cavern, where like you can see from the top, but all of it is all bottom, and I'm standing on that edge, and I just see souls just falling down, falling, and they just being snatched up and snatched up, and you tell the red fiery, I tell them, this is where you're going. You're standing on side the cliff, man, it just goes down, and you can feel the heat. I could smell it, I could taste it, like that little metal taste in your taste of blood, taste that. And at this time, I had blood on my brain that was falling, and I had blood inside my brain, so I could taste it. And when I all of that, smell it, feel the heat, the whole nine. And the other time, it was a demon with blue fiery eyes, and I was standing in the hallway. We had doors on both sides, and all you can hear is screaming and banging on the door. And the same thing, you feel the heat and the smoke and the soot, and I could feel all of that. And he was like, this is where you're going. This is where you're going. And that was it. We came back, and that was it.
Huh. So again, you got me curious on some stuff here. You shared that you want to inspire people, and you had some kind of calling and some kind of, I want to say like God showed up, right, and said, this is what you're supposed to be doing. But you just share with how you basically went to hell is how you were explaining it, at least the visuals that you shared with us. So would you say that somewhere like you weren't meant to go there, so you came back to do what you're supposed to be doing? I mean, would that sound about right?
Yeah, that basically, if I don't do what I'm doing, it's where I'm going. Cause like in here, like right now, I can't have a job. I done had government jobs, all of that. Like I can't get a regular job, but I can speak, I can write, I can own a business. So this is what I could do. And in the way that it happened because of my connection to the Marine Corps. This is how Dr. Reed found out about me. This is how I met Jose in CLA, and then Gordon. You, this is it. And I'm good. I think I'm getting better at it. People seem interested in my story or whatever. So, I'm like, this is what I can do.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. And, so let's just go back. So you died maybe, was it 4 or 5 times if I counted right? Was that sound about right? Three times. Okay. So each time did you feel like you grown and got better after each one? Like you kind of like developed yourself?
I came back a totally different person.
Yeah. So what was that like? What did you feel?
Different. It was just different, like more calm, more clarity. Like it is times that I can get I can go from 0 to 100, but majority of the time I'm calm, collective. Things that are going on in my personal life don't bother me the same no more. I'm not really worried. Like things, everything that I need, like important, I have, and I didn't have. My adult life, so to speak, has been better in some ways. Like clarity, like that calm peacefulness. Like I don't have to worry about money because I get money from the VA. That's more than enough money to pay my bills and stuff like that. I don't have a lot left over afterward, but the important things are taken care of. Um, my kids are taken care of because of that. So I don't have to worry about my kids going to college, medical. I don't have to worry about that type of stuff. You know, I can see the fruits of my labor are coming. So like a lot of like I don't have to work. So I can literally focus all my time on what he wants me to do. My kids are with their mother. My kids know who I am. My kids look like me. So, they're young enough that they're gonna actually grow up seeing what I'm doing. And so I can have that impression on them. I have two boys and a girl. My oldest is a teenager. My youngest, she's 5. She's special needs. She's my motivation. So she can see what I'm doing. I'm done with that part of life. That part of life struggle for me is done. So I can just focus on it and going and dying and going through what I'm going through, dealing with their mother, dealing with life, dealing with courts and all that stuff. Like, I'm not worried because I've died. Like, I went to where people don't want to go. And I already know if I don't do what he wants me to do on this world, that's where I'm going. But if I do what he wants me to do on this world, I can give my kids not only the worldly things, but the spiritual and mental things also. And I can also give the same to whoever gonna get it. And understand that each person's gonna get whatever they get from it. But as long as I can give them something to get from it, from me, same thing from my kids. My middle son, he's already telling people I'm his hero and this and that, and he want to be like me and all that type of stuff. So, my little girl just proved to me yesterday that she's a daddy's girl. I'm her hero. She made me stay on the phone with her while she took a nap. So I already know that I already have that impression on my kids. And I'm not even with them 24/7, but they already know. So what more do I have to give to the world except my life and my experience? Because I'm already giving it to my world, because my world is my kids. And I'm done. I'm good. So he already told me where I'm going. I went there. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go there. I don't want nobody else to go there. But, some people are, some people not. But I know what I'm meant to do. And I already know my punishment for not even trying.
That's awesome. You said a lot of great stuff right there. And I'll have to share with you a little bit too, because I have kids, teenager, and my daughter's 11. So, and they might watch this every once in a while, listen, whatever, TikTok, whatever, they're like, the one time I did YouTube Live and my son was like, you were lagging. I'm like, you were even watching. Like, it was, but, so who knows when they're tuning in? Who knows when they're actually listening to you? But it's you showing up and being there, whether you're present with them at the time or you're somewhere else and they get to see that and listen to it. That's what it's going to be like. Hey, my dad did this, you know what I mean? And they're the footsteps I want to follow or go down some kind of path just like that. So, keep doing what you're doing just for that reason, right? And then I want to piggyback a little bit too with how you shared your death and now you're inspiring and all that stuff. So the way I want to word it for myself is like, sometimes you feel like you already lost everything, that you have so much more now to gain. And I don't know if you can relate to that. It kind of sounds like that you could. But that's just what I have to share on my end. I felt like I lost everything at once, but now I can inspire. Now I can gain everything I can for myself to give to others. Is that something that, would you agree with something like that?
I'm living out of 2 tea bags and a suitcase.
That is just suitcase. All right.
Yes, I've lost that. I've been homeless, lost it. My oldest son I have not seen or talked to him since he was 9. Just now recently he started to reach out and show interest in seeing the era of ways that have been done and told to him about. So he's old enough to, I'm pretty sure he done seen my, my Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. So yeah, I have, and my kids, my family, that's my everything.
Yeah.
So I've been there, I've done that, and I'm still here.
All right. So now you want to inspire. You're trying to. I don't know if you're trying to speak, write. You mentioned writing books and stuff. Um,
Mm,
is that something that's your calling? Like, is that something you feel from God? You know, saying, "Hey, let's do
yeah.
it," right?" So that's yeah. Okay.
Because I've had no interest, no way, shape, or fashion. I have not read a book since I was Mass Corporal in the Marine Corps, and having to read the Combination of reading, which was the last book I read was the Auto War. That was back in 2006. Yeah, 5, 6. Like I have none, but now I like reading books. I like you're right, like yeah. So it is because none. I had no interest in any shape. I was like, I'll watch it, or I'll wait for like somebody to make it like a video about it or something. So I had no interest in any way, shape, or form. It just that literally just came to me.
Yeah.
I was sitting outside. I got a phone call from my sergeant Major Clay. It was like I was talking about you to this writer named Dr. Reed, and I told him about you. And he like you should give him a call. Want to talk about you and probably want to write a book about you. I was like, okay, all right. And then it just that's how it went.
That
That's how it went.
that is
I
all.
always been told the way my life is, I should write about my life because of literally like how my life really is, really went. But I had none. I was going to just go to some country and just fly back and forth to see my kids. That's what I was going to do.
Hmm. That. So you mean that because you were in the
I'm re- I'm retired. I retired from the Marine Corps. I'm retired. I can't work. I can't. I can't
you were
work.
just gonna travel? Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna go to one of the countries that I've been to, and I was gonna stay there.
But and so you're not right. So not then.
No, I'm not.
Um.
Uh,
So God says do this, and now you're like, I don't know where your faith started. It sounded like sometime around when you were dying. You went through those experiences or something. But
I
so
grew up in the church.
at church, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. That's great. So I mean, so now is God first for you?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because it has been drained into my soul, my heart, that I am literally alive because I was not supposed to be born. My mom was not supposed to have kids. She was on the whole birth control thing, whatever they had back then. Like, and the amount of times that I done died, almost died, was supposed to die, I should have died. The countries I've been in that black people are not supposed to be in. Like, how my life just went. I've never been to Iraq. I've never been to Afghanistan. I've been in the Middle East. But uh, it's the way things that happened, the way my career went. Like, I saw the way it was going. The same thing with my life. Like, I know exactly where I was going if I did not go into the military. And the way I got into the military, I was not even supposed to join the military, but because of paperwork and because of how my life went, like I made these connections doing all. I have legit on the guard epiphanies, like things that I like. I don't see the future, but I see like glimpses. But when I see it, it's like I'm having deja vu of deja vu. That's what I call it. Because and like I've seen this before. Like I've done this before. You know, things that I know. I don't know everything. I'm not a perfect man. I'm a perfect, imperfect man. But the things that I know, I'm not supposed to know. Like that I be having conversations with people and stuff. Like I was built to do this. So now I just need to reap the fruits of my labor from speaking on the financial side. And then on the financial side, I don't even want the money. I'm not even going to use the money. I'm going to literally give the money away. That's what I'm going to literally do. I'm gonna obviously keep a little bit because I have to live, you know, pay, you know, lawyers for my kids, see my kids, and I have to do that. But like 90% of the money, 95% of what I make, I'm gonna donate. I'm gonna open a nonprofit. I already have land to use it on. I already like my way again. My life is set up and how I am. I have access to all this stuff. Now I have access to the people that can help me do this.
Yeah.
So, and these people are like-minded like me.
It's great, isn't it? To get around those certain people that you need to find, and
Yeah.
it's amazing how much your life changes, and you can grow from there and the experiences you're going to have. So yeah, which we'll lead into, like, how can somebody connect with you, get to, find out where you're speaking or about your books or anything else that you have going on?
Social media, my Instagram is Anthony 504 underscore USNC. Facebook is Anthony Cutno, CVTNO. Part of CLA, find me on there. Website, I just had the conversation about the website like an hour or so ago, so that's gonna be up soon. It's gonna be divinewarriorsdimension.com, and then it's divine with the E. That's gonna be my website. I'm going to be speaking at the Accelerator Summit in October 3rd and 4th in Chicago. The link for the tickets, everything is on my social media. I will be posting periodically on there. Miami in September, I'm gonna say 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And my book, The Journey of the Example, that will be coming out within hopefully a couple weeks, a month or so. As soon as what's the other book? The Born to Risk, part of Born to Risk anthology. I give a glimpse of how my book is, my chapter in there. The chapter is failure is not an option. That's the name of my chapter, and that'll be coming out in August. And again, that is a glimpse of how my speaking and how my book is. So you can get a real good glimpse there. And other than that, I'm trying to get more. I want to do podcasts, more speaking engagements. So whoever wants a speaker, if I find me, like I'm I'm here. I'm everywhere. Get with John. You know how to get a hold of me, so they get a hold of through you. I got me. Yeah, I'm brand new to the game, but I'm still here. Like I'm learning.
That's
I'm up for learning.
You're not giving up, right? You just
Yeah.
moving forward, so that's a good
Mhm.
thing. Yeah, you have a lot of stuff coming up and a lot of great things coming. So that's awesome. So if somebody reached out to you, what could you do for them?
I could. I promise you, whatever you going through, went through, want to talk about, I promise you, I've been there, done that, and I can just, if I can help you, I help you. If I can connect you with somebody, I need a lot of different people. I can connect you, the right way, or I can sit there and listen and don't say no. I'm like a locked box. I have a lot of secrets that are not mine, and yeah, I just sit there and listen because sometimes that's all you need, just somebody just to listen.
That's very true. I'm finding about a lot of people need that, and they're just afraid to speak up because they probably don't think that people want to listen, right? Or
Mhm.
um. So the question I ask everybody is, what are three key things you learned and used along your journey?
That you're not alone. It's not just you, and nothing hurts, and nothing makes it worse than just talking about it.
So nothing hurts, right?
Nothing hurts, and nothing makes it worse than just talking about it.
Okay. So what do you mean by nothing hurts?
Because some people think just by talking about it, it's gonna hurt more because you're actually talking about it. That means you're giving it like giving it power, but in actuality, all you're doing is hurting yourself and making the situation worse. Because if you talk about it, it could get worse, it could not. But what's the worst that can happen just by talking about it? Because if you don't talk about it, nothing's going to happen.
You're absolutely right. And I'm smiling because I totally agree with you, right? I've been there, and I think a lot of people that listen to this would agree as well. They circle in their heads so many times the same thing over and over again, or they get anxious, depressed, or whatever, right? And if just shared it with somebody else that's just going to intentionally just listen to them, and even if they don't respond, they'll feel so much better. I just know it. And you shaking your head, so I would assume you agree with me, right? So I mean, so it's like you have to just open up and just stop being afraid of being who you are and share what you're feeling, and where you're going in life. Yeah, I'm glad you explained that more in depth there because I totally agree with you.
Yeah, because again, I'm living proof of it. Because I was homeless when it just started. I literally just moved into an apartment a month ago, and all this started because I started talking about me, what I was going through.
Right. And people want to hear that. And they want to go, okay, I'm going through the same thing, or somebody else I know is, or or maybe it's just a little bit different, but they get it. They can relate to it, right? And they can sit down and talk to you or whoever that person could be, and just say, okay, let's. How do we get through this? Like, how'd you get through it? How'd you go from being homeless? You know what I mean? Because I'm homeless, right? So how do I get out of this? Like that's what people want to hear.
That's why I say I have a lot of internal medical issues going on and outer personal regular issues, but that's why I say I was built to speak because I can speak on many things.
Yeah, and you mentioned you're not alone, so I mean that's a big one right there, and that's why you're able to share what you have to share, and people are able to reach out to you and get to hear, get to be inspired by you. You know what I mean? So, hey, Anthony, like this has been great, and I know we probably didn't touch everything that you've been through. We didn't even talk about being in the Marines and stuff, really. Just right. I mean, it was just mostly the effort back stuff.
Right.
But so and I know you had some stuff you could share through that too. So maybe we'll have to get you on again sometime. But I really Yeah, I really appreciate you coming on and being open and, sharing everything that's happened to you for what we're able to discuss today. And, keep doing what you're doing. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. I will. I won't have no choice. Keep doing what I'm doing.
Cool. Well, thanks.